I live in I live on the cusp of Pennsylvania. I'm about 45 minutes out of Philly. So I don't know if you know I don't know how much you know about Pennsylvania. Allentown, Reading is kind of like Lancaster is classic Pennsylvania. I mean, it's I don't know if you know the term Pennsylvania. The concept is you've got civilization being Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, and in between you have Kentucky.
Okay.
Like just rural backwoods banjo missing, teeth hillbilly sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I live on the cusp of that. Oddly enough, I live on the cusp of Pennsylvania in a little town, in a little city called Pottstown, which is one of the most ghetto places I've ever lived. So it's. I'm almost surprised I've never seen like an Amish buggy roll by doing a drive-by.
That'd be amazing though.
Because you go another half hour west of me and you hit places like what is it called? New Holland, which is an Amish development. It's an Amish town. I mean, it's like Lancaster. It's a city. There's like regular, as they would call English development, but there's also a heavy Amish community there.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've got friends who live out in Parksburg, and they always talk about this one buggy that rolls by their house. I'm not kidding. It's a horse-drawn buggy with an audio system in it, but it's not like any normal thumping music. It just sounds like just a bass line, just like a straight thud, thud, thud. And because it's a buggy, it takes 20 minutes to pass the house, and their cats are going apeshit crazy. I almost feel like this could get released as a video, as story time.
Yeah, we'll make this a story time.
Yeah. But yeah, no, but I live realistically about 45 minutes an hour out of Philly.
Yeah.
That's not including traffic. So during normal traffic time hours, because the only way to get there from where I live is this horrible highway called 422. So any other time it's to get to the turnpike from where I live to get to Philly, it would take me 45 minutes an hour maybe. And most of a good half of that drive is 422. But during 8, 9, 10 a.m. and then 3:30 to 6 o'clock, it's a solid 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
So, and then before that, I worked in Delaware, on the border of Maryland and Delaware, and still lived in PA.
Okay.
So, when you work in the gaming industry, if you really want to work in the gaming industry, you kind of go where the work is. I didn't want to move to Delaware, though.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I don't know if I'd have the talent for gaming, or industry at least.
Well, here's the thing. I'll use it this way. I'll say it this way. There were a lot of perks to it, but like I wasn't a programmer. We didn't make games. I worked for a small repair company. We had actually years ago. I used to work for Well, it was EB at the time.
Yeah.
As one of their repair techs at their central location here in Pennsylvania. They were based out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, same place where the Jackass guys, a lot of them were based out of. I've actually worked on a movie with a couple of them.
Nice.
It was one movie and 2 television pilots that ultimately went nowhere.
Yeah.
Looks really great on my IMDb page. Didn't really do anything.
No.
But I worked with a couple of those guys, and everyone but Bam that I've dealt with has been super cool. Luckily, I haven't dealt with Bam too much, but also I've heard that Bam is, depending on how drunk he is either a really big asshole or kind of dealable. Most of the guys I worked with couldn't stand him, and these were guys that were friends with him since like middle school. Anyway, side note. But yeah, no, they were based out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. They had a reclamation center in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, which isn't too far away. So I worked as a repair tech in Coatesville. Then GameStop came up, bought them out, and they weren't going to strip everything down and move it to Texas. And they weren't going to strip everything down and move it to Texas. Then, surprise, surprise, they stripped everything down and moved it to Texas. I wasn't really fond of moving back to Texas.
Yeah.
So, what happened is there were a few of the higher ups that didn't go with the company. They started their own thing. So they opened their own small chain of stores in the local region and started doing hardware repair. Because they knew me and they knew my work, I literally walked into that job.
Nice.
We actually ended up having contracts with GameStop. At one point, if you bought a used PS2, PS3, or 360, chances are one of us handled it directly. We were doing 1,000 units a week just in 360s for GameStop.
Wow.
So, but we did things. We went to E3, and a lot of the gaming list that I sent you, a lot of the console games, yeah, they would hand me like brand new a week before it went, and play this and write a review. Okay, so I'd write the review, I'd bring it back, they put it on the website, and I go, what do you want to do with the game? And said, what game? I go, okay, I get what you're putting down, and I'd continue playing the game, or I'd trade it in. So, if I didn't get a game for free, I ended up, I got a lot of games for free that I may or may not have kept or played, and then I traded those in on games I may or may not have actually played. So, and then, like, I've traded in more games than I've owned.
Yeah.
By a lot. So, but that was also a 2-hour drive. So I'm trying to find something that's going to be less than an hour.
Yeah, no, I understand there. Yeah, I'd once, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be okay with moving or anything. That's the thing.
I've moved so many times it really doesn't matter. I've honestly thought about moving back. I mean, again, the Rooster Teeth guys are based out of Austin. I've lived in Texas. I know how it goes. I could probably move back there. What the probability of me getting a job there? I mean, I've worked in the gaming industry. I do podcast stuff. I've worked in the movie industry. Maybe, but I wouldn't want to make that move and then not get that job and then be stuck in Austin, Texas, like the hipster capital of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm an older dude. And I've got like a beard, and I wear geeky shirts that people think I might be wearing ironically. I'm not. I don't know how you wear something ironically. I just wouldn't want to. I'd have to like shave and stop wearing all my t-shirts. I wouldn't want to be grouped in with that dynamic or that demographic rather.
Yeah, no,
It just wouldn't be good. I feel like I waste all of my good material off video.
Oh no, don't worry. I'll turn this into story time.
Okay.
That might be a series I start now. Is like if we ever just sit there and I'm recording and we start talking about some weird story, it's gonna be a video.
Oh yeah, I got stories. I got stories for days. I've got my own stories, and then I've got podcast stories I could recount. Oh God, so easily could I recount those.
Yeah.
I would suggest everyone go to www.chaoticneutralpodcast.com and check those out and subscribe to us on iTunes.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Oh man, but yeah, hey, I mean, as long as you do what you like to do.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing with me having the time to do it right now while I'm looking for other gainful employment. I would love nothing more than to be able to do this as gainful employment. I mean, I'd take a little bit of a pay cut.
Yeah.
And if I can pay my bills, I'm happy. I don't need to be, I don't need to be Rooster Teeth. Anyway, would I like to? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I already own my own production company, but it's like 6 guys in a bedroom office with like year-old gear.
Hey, I mean, I've heard worse success stories.
Whatever. It's yeah. I mean, well, who it is? PewDiePie, who just like nothing. Yeah. Like he's like the biggest YouTuber ever.
Yeah, and
it's one of those things where you get lucky enough to find that thing that people like.
Yeah.
Or people that like the thing that you do find you. That's all you need to worry about.
Exactly. And
so hey, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like at this point, like I'm just making videos and I'm enjoying it. And I mean, if I get involved in anything else with this, hey, it's a plus, I suppose. Too often.
Well, we can try and get another game or two in after that. Like I said, I think my wife's coming back at 4. I think she's either getting off at 3 or 4. I'm not sure. She'll let me know when she gets here.
Yeah.
So I should probably charge my phone. Damn.
Art is 99% robbery.
I mean, they say the biggest the biggest compliment someone can give you is I can't think in English. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. Is I think the exact.
I think it's close enough at least.
Yeah, and then so if you look at it that way, if imitation is the highest form of flattery and art is 99% theft, and then what is it? The getting all philosophical here. Possession is 9/10 of the law. So let's just go places with that.
Yeah. I mean, just like everything, like in other words, nothing is yours. You know, you don't actually own anything.
No, well, I mean legally, but you know, it's the whole Native American concept of you don't own land. You don't. Do you really own an idea?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you straight out. If I come up with something that really takes off, and I see people doing the same thing, I'm not going to be offended, and I'm not going to try and stop them.
Yeah, no.
You know, it's hey, great, awesome, give me a shout out.
Yeah. But yeah, I actually like I have ideas, and sometimes I like to go through with them. Sometimes I don't. Like this whole 100 YouTuber thing that I've thought of sounds absolutely insane in my brain.
100 YouTuber thing.
Yeah.
Or is that what you were talking about with the 15 people? Or is that something?
No. Something different. I mentioned it on Twitter a couple times. Where I want to play over the course of the next year with 100 different people on either YouTube or Twitch, YouTube or Twitch.
Okay.
And it sounds crazy to me.
I can probably help you out with 5 or 6 people. And then I handle 3 or 4 channels myself.
Yeah.
Because I've got Redacted Podcast, which I'm not against putting up gameplay stuff. I've got Evil Teddy Bear, which I really haven't been using yet. This is going to probably be one of the first videos coming up.
Yeah.
Then I've got Chaotic Neutral, which everything I post on the other 2 gets posted as a playlist on that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, like at this point, I'm just trying to figure out stuff to do, kind of. But I thought of that, and I was like, I'm not a very social person per se, to put it kindly. So it's like, it's okay. It's not exactly that I'm not social. It's just like I don't do well at making friends per se, and
I know the feeling.
Yeah, like I've never been good at it. So
it's weird. I'm one of those weird sort of. I'm really introverted, but I look super extroverted. Like the events that I work at.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I mentioned Steampunk World's Fair, which is the largest ticketed steampunk event in the country.
Yeah.
I work there. I normally work tech support and security. So security, I have to deal with, I have to deal with large groups of crowds. I mean, we have 4,000, 5,000 people run through there throughout the weekend. And I really have to be able to go up to someone and just talk to them and say, listen, I need you to move, or hey, could you do this, whatever. And like for some people, that's like weird as hell. And for me, that would be weird as hell. But I have a reason to go and interact with them.
Yeah.
But if I were just like when I originally started going to these events, I went as a consumer. I went as someone who bought a ticket and went and checked it out. And like my wife and I would go, and check out the vendors and see a couple of shows, and like not 10:30 we're in bed. And I started working at the events, and I started meeting people, making friends through the on staff and people who come to all the events and stuff. And next thing you know, I'm up 60 hours in a weekend.
Yeah.
It's because if I'm not working, I'm hanging out. And it's just like it's a weird sort of thing. And I'm kind of like that. I like the social interaction, but trying to get there is the trick for me.
Yeah, because it's like nearly impossible. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I had to talk to people sometimes, I probably wouldn't. I mean, we're having fun. And that's the thing. Like, I'm introverted, but I guess I look like a kind person or something. I mean,
I have this. Well, I have a whole, I guess, peacocky thing. I mean, I'm a big dude. I have a mohawk. Well, I had a mohawk up until recently. I'm looking for a new job. I had to go. It brings this big beard. I mean, I'm an interesting, not attractive, but interesting looking person. So in some cases that just like my wife's work events we'd go to, and I'd go deck out, red and black suit, lip rings, mohawk standing straight up. I got 6-7 inch mohawk, just fin, just standing straight up, and all night I'd have people come over. Oh, I like your mohawk. Oh, can I touch your mohawk? That was the weirdest request I've ever gotten. Can I touch your mohawk?
Yeah,
but I guess there's something about me that makes me approachable. So like I get that. Like people just would some of the events, people would come. Can I touch your beard? Really? Okay, it's whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird, right?
Yeah, it's just strange. Yeah, so people just come over and talk at me.
Talk at you, not to you.
Talk at sometimes it's definitely talk at. I mean, yeah, there are those people.
Yeah, but I mean, like I was talking to somebody. I met a new team member at my work the other day, and
it calls them team members, not indentured slaves like Walmart does.
Yeah, we have to call each other team members basically. And so I met a new team member, and somebody else was there at the same time, and so one of them, like, she watches my videos and has a tendency to call me Lord Dylan the Deceiver because he watches my Town of Salem stuff and sees me being evil and whatnot. And
was she a fan before she started working there, or like did you know her before?
No, just like because I've started doing this since I started working there. And so, like, I showed her the videos, and she's, she loves every second of it. So,
cool.
It's funny as shit to her, at least, not to everybody. Yeah. But yeah, she started to call me Lord Dylan the Deceiver, and she called me that in front of the new team member, and the new team member was like, "What do you call him that? He doesn't." She was like, because he's evil or deceptive and whatnot. She's like, he doesn't have a deceptive face. It's like, yeah, that's the point.
Would you trust him if he didn't have...
Exactly, like...
Would you trust him if he had a non-trustworthy face? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, how do you expect me to be deceitful if I'm not, not deceitful looking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
That's... That's hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, we just... It's just it's fun to do this from time to time,
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't what kind of, like, other than this, because you're obviously really into this game. What like I'm an old school shooter. Like I started. I mean, again, showing my age. I started with, like, Doom and Quake and Unreal Tournament and all that. So I'm definitely like a first person shooter sandbox person. What kind of games do you have a preference to if we aren't playing? Or is it just kind of whatever?
Well, I mean, we'll admit I'm not the best at shooters. I will admit.
I didn't say I'm good at them. I could be comically bad at them.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty damn bad at them. I will say. I'm not going to say that I won't play them, because I'll play them.
I obviously do. I mean, you have Killing Floor 2, and I think I saw a couple of shooters on your list.
I mean, like, if I enjoy it, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I have a preference for, like, RPGs and whatnot. And puzzles and that sort of stuff, but
I wanted to bring that up. Not to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
But for the YouTube stuff, I thought, and this is something I was going to do on one of my shows. I had a concept for a show that involved game mods.
Okay.
And Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas, I'm sorry, has a multiplayer mod.
Really?
Yeah, and I kind of want to get that and test that out. Now, I saw there's a multiplayer mod that is local only, I guess, like local LAN.
Okay.
But I think I found another one that may be web-based. And I'm thinking maybe a 3 or 4 person machinima-esque style. Like we build the characters and we play those characters.
Yeah.
Which, there's always going to be a little bit of us in all those characters. It's just the way it works. And I get that. And there, there's going to be a little bit of, like, in and out as far as, character style interaction. But, I was thinking we could either go straight Survivor or go kind of machinima-esque and build out, like, characters and alternate names and stuff and see if we can get, like, a group survival Let's Play going in Fallout 3 New Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't... That one sounds better than the Survivor, because it's kind of like... With Survivor, it's like, if you only have 4 people, it's not much of a Survivor.
Yeah, but, it's you have a whole group to... It's like playing Minecraft alone or with people.
Yeah.
What we've done in Minecraft, and I don't know... Like, you have it on PC. You have it on... You said you had it on console, right?
Yeah, I have it on console.
Which consoles?
Xbox 360 and the One.
Okay, I have it on those two as well, but all of my game saves right now are on PS4 because most of my friends play on PS4.
Yeah, that was the thing with me. Like, most of my friends do Xbox, so it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm, in case you couldn't tell, I can work on any system. The only trick with the Xbox One is I prefer to be, I would bring my wife in, but then we'd be split screening, which isn't really good for videos, at least not on my end. But if we make it something where we come in as on one of your videos, I can just rehost the video on my channel as well, or send you a link or put it on a playlist or something and try and get you the views too.
I mean, the thing is, like, you wouldn't... I mean, we could do PC if you'd rather do that.
PC is both easier and harder. I think I got my wife a copy. I can't remember. Yeah. I know I have a copy. I think I got her a copy. I'm a big co-op player, especially because V plays. We've co-opted through all the Halo games, all three. Well, I'll say both of the Borderlands games because we haven't quite finished pre-sequel because it's good. I like it, but it's not at the same bar.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And the whole oxygen thing is annoying the hell out of V.
Yeah, just play Claptrap.
We've actually got a team of 4 claptraps, which is amazing and annoying at the same time, just like you'd want it to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was the cool trick we found out with that. But you know, she'll either play the Siren or in this case the Lawbringer.
Okay.
And I think she's kind of missing having some of those abilities playing as Claptrap. But so like in a lot of cases I have, like, again, I mentioned before, I'll drop $300 on a Steam sale.
Yeah.
In a clip. Part of that is because they have a tendency to bundle a lot of games. So like when Killing Floor came out with they had like buy a 4-pack or a 6-pack or whatever. Yeah, I bought a 4-pack and gifted out 3 of them. Yeah. To friends that I like, hey, you can come play this with me now, right? Like Payday 2, that came up with like a 4-pack, and I'm like, hey, guess what?
You have no reason not to play with me.
Yeah, company. Well, that one was a company expense. Same thing with Euro Truck Simulator 2. The reason for I like some Sims too, and Euro Truck Simulator is just a zen sort of thing for me. I can't imagine it would be interesting to watch me play unless I can
somehow figure something out. Yeah.
And I actually have a concept that might be able to work that in. But I bought it for 2 of my other guys. The other 2 that I do, it was CJ and Lynch, the 2 guys I do the most of the podcasts with. And because we were talking about it, and we were talking, what games can we let's play? I was like, we could do this, and they're like, you're an idiot. I go, no, as a multiplayer, because there's a multiplayer mod for it. It could be interesting, or at least amusing. And they're like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And so that comes up as that's like, it was like it wasn't a 4-pack, but it was like they discounted it to like $5 a piece. I'm like, I can't not do it. So I sent it to them, and like 2 days later, when each one of them had logged in, and they're like, I hate you. So guess what we're doing, guys. Still have to set that one up.
Yeah,
it's going to be amusing. I think the one problem I have is I have all this gear here, and only 2 of the machines are actually rigged out for gaming. The other ones, like they have Core i5 processors, like decent processors. They have 16 gigs of RAM. I need decent video cards, and that's still going to be like another $300 investment.
Yeah.
That I can't do right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I were still working, it'd be like, yeah, I'll buy one this paycheck and one next paycheck. That's my spending money for the week. Sure. Because, IT pays pretty well.
Yeah.
But I'm not making that right now.
No, yeah.
I've been logged out due to inactivity. Yay. Story time.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope the static screen is at least amusing. It isn't.
Yeah, that's all they have to see.
Yeah. You could always extract the audio and put something more interesting up. Like my one guy does Destiny patch notes, because we all play Destiny.
Yeah.
And on my channel, that's oddly enough, one of the best performing videos. Like all of my podcasts, the problem with a weekly podcast is very news oriented, somewhat entertaining, but news oriented. So if you don't catch it that week, it's like eh. So that channel's not doing amazingly well, but I'm going to keep going with it, because eventually, hopefully, if we get a thing going, people might actually start watching it weekly.
Yeah.
But
there's a chance.
What he does is he records his audio and then just runs Destiny gameplay behind it. what I'm thinking of doing actually is how do I get? Okay, I have to escape out of that. What I'm thinking about doing actually is setting it up. How do I? It won't let me do anything. So I guess I have to reload then.
Yeah, you'll have to reload.
I was thinking about doing the patch notes. Patch notes as a machinima sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah. And listen, man, anything I'm mentioning, we can always use more people. If you're down, if you're game, if you want to work with it, dude, let me know.
Yeah, no, I'll. As long as I'm around. I was gonna say live for a second there. As long as I'm around. I'll gladly...
well, I mean, if we get something going where I don't. Do you have Destiny and do you have a PS4?
I have Destiny on my Xbox One and 360 technically.
That's not actually a problem because Lucci has Destiny on the Xbox One. He has it on both systems. Because he's insane.
No, actually, since I got it on the One, I got it on 360 for free.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because if you bought it was the same thing with the PlayStation. If you bought it on
next gen, you got it on old gen.
I think it was the other way around actually. Because I had a friend of mine who was just waiting to get the PS4, and I'm like, listen, just buy it now on PS3 because you'll get the free upgrade as long as you do it before. I think it was January 15th. That
might have been the scenario. I don't know, but
yeah, I have it on PS3 and PS4 because I'm insane. I've bought like 16 copies. I swear it's like 16 copies of like Borderlands and Borderlands 2 because like I did them out and I bought it for like 5. Like I don't know if you know it. I don't know if you even know about the OnLive system that just died. I was in the beta test for it. I loved that system. It was a cloud gaming platform.
Okay.
So I had bought it for that system, PS3, now PS4, Xbox 360, PC, and I bought copies for other friends to play. Are you seeing a pattern here?
Yeah. I can see that you love Borderlands.
Borderlands is easily one of my favorite games. It's in my top 5.
Oh yeah, no, it's hilarious. It's shooter. It's a great game series.
Yeah, we were talking about I think China. China has a the country, not the wrestler, has a like an online MMO-esque sort of version of it, and it's. I looked at it. I'm like, I want that. I mean, I don't want that because it's like a close but a near miss. Like the art style is similar, but not. But I'm like that. I want that. That I want. Like I'm okay with that being an arena shooter. They've been talking about Ghost in the Shell. There's a I think it's Nexon has been dropping all this stuff out for a Ghost in the Shell game, and I have the PS2 Ghost in the Shell game, and it's awesome. But they keep dropping all this stuff, and I'm like, I want a good cyberpunk first-person RPG. You know, like Fallout 3 style RPG. The problem is it's looking more and more like an arena shooter, and like that's Shadowrun on the 360 because I was really excited about. Again, I'm an old school tabletop nerd, so I want espionage. I want character development. I don't want. I'm going to drop in as a troll and just shoot at you and use a little bit of magic. That's not what I want. I want a game. I don't want an arena shooter. If I want an arena shooter, I could go play Battlefield or Con.
Yeah.
Or tuna or trout or whatever.
Seabass.
Seabass 2015.
Check out the newest issue of Seabass.
New teabagging animations.
Oh man.
You can really see the nuts in the mouth.
Oh my god.
Next gen. No.
Next gen visuals.
Next gen teabagging.